Ladies and gentlemen, it's game time. Listen here as your Columbia City Eagles take to the court.
All right, good evening, basketball fans. Welcome to tonight's broadcast. This is Justin Daly filling in for the legendary Andrew Thompson alongside my partner in crime tonight, Brandon Marshall. We have two NE8 foes matching up here at Armstrong Arena in New Haven. The 8-6 Columbia City Eagles taking on the 9-8 New Haven Bulldogs. Columbia City 3-1 in conference. New Haven 4-0. Brandon, what do you expect to see out of these two teams tonight? Give us a little preview and talk about some players if you don't mind.
Yeah, I mean, definitely we're going to see an absolute battle tonight. Each team, whoever wins tonight, controls first place of the NE8. So a huge game tonight. It's a must-win game for both teams. On top of all of that, you got Coach Schaus. He wins tonight. That's his 100th win. So really with this New Haven team, they're young but very talented. You got Jadrian Ezekiel. He's a 6'2 junior. The kid can play. He can shoot it. He can score at all three levels. Darian Kreischer, really good player, sophomore. He's a junior. Tavar, he's a sophomore. He's really good drive, dish guy. DeMarcus Wright, really good three-point shooter. Lavelle Ledbetter just kind of carries the team a little bit. He's real big, strong, down low. So, it's going to be a battle tonight, for New Haven. Owen, Landon, Stratton, they're going to do what they do. It's who's going to come along with those guys. I kind of look for Trey Deckman to kind of have a big game tonight. We just kind of see how this plays out, but we're definitely in for a really good basketball game tonight.
Definitely, like you mentioned, two sophomores there playing some big roles for the Bulldogs. And as well, mentioning Matt Schaus going for his 100th win, so 99-80 overall, so also a big night for that. Would be a big win for several different reasons tonight for the Eagles on the road. Yeah,
absolutely. It's I think the Eagles are ready to come out and play hard. They've kind of struggled a little bit here as of late. The DeKalb game was just kind of down to the wire, really slow basketball game. A lot of social media says, Coach Schaus wants to run 40 seconds off the clock. I don't really think that's true. We like to play fast, 20, 25 seconds. Let's see what we can do. So I think, a lot of people say you don't make this a track meet, but I think that Columbia City's going to surprise a lot of people with their up and down transition game. So it's going to be fun.
Yeah, the Coach Schaus offense is definitely more run and gun than we've seen. So definitely it should be a lot of athletes on the floor tonight, so they'll get after it. And we'll see how this game shakes out here as we're 3 minutes from tip-off here as they're playing the fight songs as we get the Columbia City one first here. Expecting to see the same starting five out of the Eagles as we expect tonight. Traditionally, at least first Cal, Stratton Fuller, Owen Marshall, Josh Eberly, Landon Richmond, Trey Deckman. We'll see if Coach Schaus decides to mix anything up tonight, but I'd expect probably a standard starting five out of the Eagles for this big conference matchup.
We got this band in front of us.
Yeah, we got the band is blaring.
Yeah, this headphones aren't working, but I'm going to do the best I can do to hear you, JD.
Yeah, I'll try and yell throughout the night. Hopefully I'm not too loud on your radio dial, as T-Bird says. Here comes the New Haven fight song as Eagles and Bulldogs continue to warm up on both sides of the floor. Is this the IU fight song?
Sounds like it.
That's what I thought. We'll pause here for a second. Like Coach Marshall mentioned, we are right next to the band in this barn, so it is very loud out here. Shouldn't be an issue during play, though. Trainer Vandersaw checks into the broadcast early with boys sectional wrestling results. top 4 advanced to regional. Typed it out for us. He's the man. Braden Atkins 3rd, Ian Berry 2nd, Wyatt Kramer 4th, Ashton Steele 4th, Isaac Driver 5th, Tanner Ellis 144-pound champion, RJ Ferris 4th, Devin Meineke 4th, Arrow Molinex 4th. Dean Van Ryn did not place, Isaiah Reiser 4th. I don't know much about wrestling, but it seems like a lot of them did a pretty good job there. Ian Berry coming in 2nd place. That's good. Top 4 advanced to regional. So we got a lot of wrestlers advancing on. Always good news for any success of Columbia City Athletics. As once again, we're here live from Armstrong Arena, previewing tonight's matchup between the 8-6 Columbia City Eagles and the 9-8 New Haven Bulldogs. Similar records in the NE8, similar records overall, so we're definitely expecting a close game, a good showdown. A lot of athletes on both sides of the floor, and like you were mentioning, maybe some run and gun, a lot of transition play tonight.
Yeah, New Haven's a scary team.
Yeah.
I mean, they're really streaky. You know, they've lost some games that you wouldn't think that they would lose, and then they turn around and beat teams like Homestead, and, you know, they play tight games with Bishop Luers, one of the best teams in the area. So you just never know what you're going to get out of this New Haven team, and, you know, we're going to have to stay contained and stay disciplined and you know, do our jobs out there. And I think we're going to be all right tonight. Yeah,
lost a close one to Luers, close one to Snyder. Like you mentioned, beating a team like Homestead by 3 early in the season, and obviously undefeated in conference. Played Kokomo, so definitely went south to play some top-tier opponent as well. And as you mentioned, the Eagles coming off a low-scoring affair back in the Sea City versus DeKalb last Friday or Saturday, was it? 41-36. So after a tough loss at Huntington North, on a buzzer beater.
Old buzzer beater beat the Eagles there at Huntington. That was just tough.
Yeah, especially in a big conference game to drop the first one. But as you mentioned, controlling their own fate as the winner of this game takes sole possession of first place. So definitely a lot of people packed into this gym. Some media coverage as well, because it's one of the biggest games of the area tonight, for sure. We're about 1 minute counting down as the seconds tick off, getting close to playing the national anthem and then revealing the starting 5 for both teams. It's definitely a nice gym here. It's my first time in this gym. They have some very spacious area, so a good place to watch a basketball game from. A lot of seats. As they're reading off all the IHSA standard reads. The flag falls down just like it does at our barn. Very similar setup here. We got the flag showing up, and we're almost ready to go here from New Haven. National anthem forthcoming momentarily. We'll pause here for the anthem. right. Wraps up the anthem there as we're going to meet the starting lineups for both teams. I recognize two of the officials. Maybe the PA announcer will tell us. I thought one was Bryce something, but not entirely sure there. Number 3, Stratton Fuller is expected starting. Number 4, Owen Marshall in the starting lineup. Number 10, Josh Eberly announced. Number 11, Landon Richmond will be in the starting lineup as well. And number 20, Trey Deckman. So same starting 5 per usual for the Eagles as we'll meet the New Haven lineup as they dim the lights and do their intro.
And now, the starting lineup for your New Haven Bulldogs. Number 2, the 6'1" sophomore.
Hard to see, the lights are dim. So we have Ty Travar Baskerville in the starting lineup.
A 6'2" junior,
And Adrian Ezel, as Coach Marshall mentioned, another top player. Jamal Lawrence also in the lineup.
Number 24, a 6'2" junior,
Marcus Wright, number 24.
And number 34, a 6'3" sophomore,
Number 34, Lavelle Ledbetter, also in the lineup. Definitely remember some of these guys when they took on the Indian Springs Eagles a couple years back as well. So a young starting 5, yet again, as we mentioned, for the Bulldogs. As we're almost set for tip-off here at Armstrong Arena, your Columbia City Eagles in their all-black road uniforms, gold numerals, maroon outlining, Columbia City script across the chest, and New Haven in their all-whites, white jerseys, white shorts, Bulldogs scripted across the front in purple with gold outline. As we're set for tip-off here, and we'll get ready to go. Official puts the ball in the palm, and we are set as New Haven wins the tip as it rolls out of bounds. And they're definitely going to call it Columbia City basketball. Landon Richmond inbound here. Interesting start to the game there.
Yeah, we get the ball right under our hoop.
That'll work. Yep. Marshall's actually going to inbound the basketball on the far end from us. Throws it up and over the New Haven defense over to Landon Richmond. Richmond hands off to Marshall. Marshall dribbles a few times, looks to pass back to Richmond across the court. Back to Deckman at the top of the key. Over to Marshall. Marshall stutter steps. Gives it up to Deckman yet again. Fuller drives to his left, kicks to Eberly in the corner. Eberly back to Fuller in the corner. Marshall snags it near the paint. Marshall drives. Step back. Good. Owen Marshall. Step back jumper, close range. Baskerville dribbles for the Bulldogs. Steps to his right. Passes over to Ezel. Top of the key. Back to Baskerville. Passes to Wright. Wright over across the court to Lawrence. Lawrence looks to pass the corner. Near corner as just off the rim. Baskerville misses. Rebound by New Haven. And they're going to get an easy 2 by Lawrence. New Haven knocks out the inbound pass, and the Eagles maintain possession as they are running a press. Eberly to Marshall. Marshall collects it. Back to Eberly on the far end. Eberly badgered a little bit by New Haven. Over to Fuller in the middle. Fuller throws a football pass over to Deckman, and it goes into over the New Haven bench, out of bounds, into the seats.
Man, Landon was open right there in the middle.
Yep. New Haven ball. Tavar Baskerville dribbles up the floor across the midcourt line. Over in the far corner to Wright. Wright's pass errant. And the Eagles take the ball. A little sloppy here to start. Marshall looks, finds Deckman. Deckman to Eberly. And back to Deckman as he dribbles to the far corner. Up to Richmond, top of the key. Looks to pass. Over to Eberly. Eberly drives. Dumps it off to Marshall. Back to Richmond at the top. A lot of ball movement here. Deckman pulls up from three. Good.
New Haven's going to have to guard that tonight.
Indeed. As Lawrence brings it up for the Bulldogs. Over to Baskerville, one of the top players. And back to Lawrence as he dribbles near the free throw line. Long three from Baskerville. Banks off and rims out as Marshall collects it. A little run and gun here on the far end. Gets trapped and throws a pass over to Eberly. Eberly looks to shoot, but hands it back to Marshall. Fuller collects it, throws it into Richmond. Richmond goes up hard and one. Landon Richmond.
Really good, strong move by Landon there.
Finishes the basket. 7-2, Eagles lead. 5:29 left in the first as Richmond's at the line trying to finish off the three-point play. Free throw is good. New Haven possession arrow, and they're going to move it up the court quick as Lawrence gets stifled by Richmond. Back up to the top of the key to Ezel. And almost an errant pass by the Bulldogs as the Eagles clean up a rebound. And Fuller's on the move across the court. Looks to dribble in, shoots over to, passes over to the corner to Deckman. Deckman to Richmond in the paint. Good. They're finding Richmond in the paint early. 10-2 Eagles.
It's great ball movement.
Baskerville brings it across the 10-second line. Dribble, drive, and pass it out to the corner to Lawrence. Lawrence misses long as it bounces over the backboard, out of bounds. Eagle ball. Excuse me, that was DeMarcus Wright on the shot attempt. Missed it long as New Haven continues their press. Marshall over to Fuller on the far side. Fuller going hard towards the basket, kicks it to Deckman in the corner. Back up to Marshall. Marshall holds the ball for a second, dumps it off to Fuller, up to Eberly near the top. Over to Deckman on the far side to Richmond. Back to Marshall. Fuller spins near the free throw line, dumps it in the paint to Richmond again. Richmond lays it in for two. 12-2 Eagles, 4:12 left in the first. Almost intercepted by Marshall. Dangerous New Haven pass. Back to Ledbetter in the far corner. Ledbetter drives. It's double teamed by the Eagles, but somehow evades it. Misses a layup. And a foul by Wright. Great sequence here for the Eagles.
This is exactly what Columbia City needed to do, right? They come out and punch them first. Like, New Haven's young, and they're just starting to get disciplined back with Coach Applegate. So they start to get in their heads, and they'll beat themselves.
Yep. Miguel Reyes, 5'9" sophomore guard, checks into the lineup for New Haven. As the Eagles, Deckman dumps it into the paint to Richmond. Richmond kicks out to Fuller, just short off the edge of the rim as New Haven moving fast as Lawrence looks to drive. Eberly playing some tight defense and a foul. Josh Eberly picks up his first, team first. And it looks like a shooting foul. Sending Jamal Lawrence to the line, going to shoot two. 12-2, Eagles lead, 3:31 left in the first quarter. The first free throw attempt's good from Lawrence. Lawrence drills the second. 12-4 Eagles lead. First quarter of action. Richmond spins around near the center logo, passes to Fuller. Fuller dribbles to his left, hands off to Marshall near the top, back to Richmond. Looks to pass, hands it off to Eberly, passes to Marshall on the near side, works his way into the paint, goes up as New Haven pokes the ball out of there, and Wright is on the move, but ball gets poked away by the Eagles on our end of the court, and New Haven will keep possession. New Haven inbounds. Loft pass over to Lawrence. 3-ball misses from Ezekiel.
That's a rare air ball by Dradrian Ezekiel. He's typically a really good three-point shooter.
Yep.
We can't leave him open.
Right. He'll make us pay.
Yes, absolutely.
Richmond throws over to the far side to Fuller. Fuller with the left-hand dribble. Works quick, throws it in the paint to Deckman. Good. 2-point basket for the Eagles. 14-4. Commanding lead by the Eagles. Working quick there. New Haven's Baskerville dribbles on the far side. Passes it up court to Jamal Lawrence. Lawrence being heavily guarded by Trey Deckman. Back over to Wright. And Reyes hands it back off. Mid-range jumper misses. Long from Lawrence, and the Eagles take the ball over. Deckman dribbles up the court. Passes to Owen Marshall. Marshall pivots. Dribbles back up to the top of the key. Gets poked away, but Richmond saves it. Tipped away by New Haven. Back to Marshall, and wow, crazy sequence there as Richmond somehow keeps the ball off the New Haven bench. Marshall collects himself to Richmond. Looks to hand off. Throws it to Clausen, who checked in the corner. Cam Clausen, and New Haven fouls.
It's really good offense here to get Owen posted up down there on Derry or Cryer. It's a big mismatch there.
Eagles inbound it under the basket. Gets tipped away by New Haven as Reyes collects it in transition. Passes out. There he is. Baskerville misses long from 3 from the far side as Berna collects the rebound and hands it over to Fuller as Fuller, bumbling and stumbling across the court, drives in, throws up a shot, gets fouled in the process by, looks like, yep, Baskerville on the foul. Stratton Fuller to the line, shooting 2. Fuller's first is good. 15-4, 1:28 left to go. Misses the tail end. And Berna collects the rebound, though, puts it back up. Good with the right hand. 17-4. Eagles lead. 1:19 left in the first. New Haven throws in the corner to Lawrence. Lawrence dribbles up the top of the key. Passes towards us to Ledbetter as the Eagles knock it out of bounds. And New Haven keeps possession. Lawrence to inbound. Tipped by Richmond and gathered by Clausen. Interception by the Eagles as now there's a fight for the ball. Scrum around midcourt. Recovered by New Haven. Ledbetter misses a 3. Pull-up jumper. And Ledbetter and Lawrence recover it as Lawrence lays it in easily with the right hand, uncontested. 17-6, Eagles lead. 40 seconds left to go in the first. Marshall being badgered by Ledbetter. Gets past him up to the midcourt line. And foul called on New Haven.
New Haven fans don't like it, but that's a foul every day of the week.
Yep. Push. New Haven coach, none too pleased. The call gets an explanation. Nonetheless, that was the 5th foul, so Marshall's going to shoot 2. Marshall nails the first. 18-6, Eagles lead, 33 seconds left to go in the first quarter of action here at Armstrong Arena. Marshall hits the second. New Haven ball. Baskerville brings it up court. Across the midline. And passes over to the near side to Ledbetter. Ledbetter drives with the left hand, hops up and passes over and gets swatted as the Eagles foul. Berna. Contact at the rim sends DeMarcus Wright, thank you, to the charity stripe. 19 seconds left in the quarter. Hits the first. And gets the second to go as well. 19-8 Eagles lead, 19 seconds. Clausen inbounds as this New Haven press continues to Fuller. Fuller dribbles towards the near side across. Actually, check that. Passes over to the far side to Marshall as Marshall battered again to Clausen to Berna in the corner. Berna dribble drive, kicks out to Fuller to Marshall at the top of the key. Just rims out. Richmond collects the rebound. Good. At the buzzer, 21-8, Eagles lead, end of the first quarter.
Great shot, great rebound, great putback. Eagles are rolling.
Couldn't say it better myself there as Eagles lead 21-8 at the end of one.
Now at this point, like, keep your foot on the gas, right? You try to bury them by half.
Right. Get them out of the game. Finish them off in this second quarter.
Because once shot starts going for this New Haven team, they're going to keep on going.
Like you said, they can catch fire quick with their dangerous three-point shooters all over the floor. We'll check in with some underwriters here. WJHS is brought to you in part by the Multi-County Medical Outreach Clinic, which is a free clinic. They offer physical exams, health screenings, pap smears, chronic illness management, and more, serving the general public, uninsured and underinsured too. The Multi-County Medical Outreach Clinic is at 8085 West Connection Way, 260-564-1946. As we're about ready to get back in action here at Armstrong Arena, Coach Schaus sets up his defensive unit going into the second quarter. And New Haven checks the ball in to Tavar Baskerville, and we're back underway. Baskerville throws it across to the near corner to Lawrence. Misses the three as we're moving quick. Fuller passes to Richmond as Richmond just a little strong off the glass as New Haven takes over. LeVar Ledbetter drives and just gets tipped away. Back up to Ledbetter as Ledbetter misses two layups in that sequence. And it looks like the Eagles hit the ball out of bounds. And New Haven maintains possession there. Kind of a crazy sequence. A lot of fast-paced run and gun, as you mentioned, Brandon.
Yeah.
Zell has it in the corner, throws it up to Ledbetter. Ledbetter hands off to Lawrence. Lawrence dribbles a few times, back to the top of the key to Baskerville. Baskerville sets up a screen. Doesn't have much room to go. Hands it off to the corner to Wright. Wright lays it in. 21-10. Eagles. Eberly to Fuller on the far side. Fuller runs right through the press. Dribble, spin, looks to lay it in. Just a little long off the back of the rim as New Haven's Jamal Lawrence recovers and is able to lay it in as well. 21-12. New Haven a little momentum here. Fuller yet again, back over to Richmond. Richmond across to the far side to Eberly. Eberly dribbles to the top, over to Berna, and a travel is called as Marshall and Deckman check back into the ballgame.
Let's go, oh, lock up, lock up.
Baskerville dribbles across the line, over to Wright, back up the top to Lawrence, and Lawrence back to Baskerville. Baskerville passes over to Ezekiel as he dribbles near the New Haven logo. Hands off to Baskerville. Baskerville dribble drive to his right and is fouled by Marshall as Ezekiel is going to go to the line. Check that. Baskerville. Wait. We'll pause the action here.
Yeah, Owen's bleeding.
Yep.
So he caught the mouth and the nose.
Yep. You definitely tell that right away. Something wasn't
So
right.
here
As he
comes the
grabbed
new
his
blood
face.
rule, right?
Yep. Did it used to be you had to take him out?
No, you don't have to take him out right away. That's what they're complaining about. He can stay on the floor. Now he has to come out. But yeah, he can stay on the floor. You get time to try to clear that up.
Okay, so that's the new rule then that they. Looks like, yep. So Clausen checks in, correct?
Yeah. Why did they clean that blood up on the floor with some spray?
I don't know. They just wipe it up.
Do that, right? Like you can't just use a napkin.
Right.
Things are different in New Haven.
I guess. Yeah, quick cleanup, and I think he made the free throw. We were more focused on Owen as he misses the second. 21-13, 6:13 left. New Haven rebounds. Wright collects the ball in the corner, and it kicks off his foot and rolls out of bounds. Trey Deckman defending there, punches it off his foot, and Eagles take the basketball. Richmond inbound to Fuller. Fuller dribbles across 10-second line. Picks up his dribble over to Eberle. Over to Deckman in the far corner. Back to Richmond in the paint, which is a trend tonight as...
Good. Stratton tried to put that one back on that Richmond miss and got fouled.
We'll take it. Fuller to the line. A lot of fouls so far. Fuller misses the first long as Owen heads to the locker room to get the blood cleaned up. Definitely a huge loss for the Eagles for the time being until they get him back on the floor. Fuller hits the second. 22-13, 5:48 to go. New Haven has the ball as they're draining a little clock here, passing it back and forth between Lawrence and Ledbetter. Ledbetter over to the near side to Lawrence. Lawrence drives near the elbow, comes in, tries to lay it in, gets stifled on defense by Deckman and Eberle. Eagles take the ball. Fuller drives in. Nice dish to Richmond. Richmond puts it in. That has been working tonight for the Eagles. 24-13 here in the second quarter in New Haven as New Haven burns their first timeout. Trying to stop the Eagles' momentum as Marshall checks back into the ballgame.
You know, to me, it kind of seems like the Bulldogs are a little worried about our guard play, where Landon's getting free a lot, and our guards do a really good job finding Landon for those easy buckets. And
definitely.
We'll let Landon go off all night long.
That's right. Great way to put it there. They definitely seem concerned. We haven't attempted many three-point baskets. But I think Owen attempted one and maybe a couple others. But, yeah, we've done most of our damage in the paint or in transition. Well, we'll take it, whatever they're going to give us.
Yeah, absolutely.
Great point there. The Eagles are taking advantage of what the New Haven defense is doing.
All right, let's go.
Marshall back onto the floor, starting five in for the Eagles as New Haven checks it in. Back in action, Ezekiel. Fan still playing there. Passes over across court to Lavelle Ledbetter. Ledbetter drives, misses the lay-in with his right hand. And Eagles basketball as it rolls off of DeMarcus Wright trying to clean up the rebound. Looks like they're calling off the guards on the press for right now as Marshall's going to bring it up. Across the midcourt line, over to Richmond on the near side, back up to Marshall, top of the key, near the volleyball line, over to Eberly, back to Marshall, now in the near corner, into Deckman. Nice dish to Richmond in the paint, and Richmond looks like he slipped or got tripped and fell, and now we have a foul on
We're going to get Owen,
Eagles.
I think, on that foul.
Yep.
It's the second
Marshall.
one.
As Clausen checks back into the game for Marshall as he picked up his second, as Brandon said.
New Haven went to a 2-3 zone on us.
There you go. You're right. Switched it up. And we still found a good opportunity, but just missed as double dribble on the Bulldogs. Eagles take the ball. Fuller across the half-court line, hands off to Eberly. Eberly over to Clausen. Clausen fakes to Fuller, coming across. Back up to Clausen, top of the key. Back to Eberly, far side corner. Eberly trap, back to Clausen, into the elbow to Deckman. Deckman over to Fuller. Fuller's three just offline as Eberly tries to clean up the rebound, misses, and New Haven rebounds. Ledbetter takes it up. Fake handoff. Back up to Ezekiel. Ezekiel drives to the left side, lays it in with his right hand. Good. 24-15. Eagles lead. 3:53 left in the second. Fuller moving fast. Gets it tipped away, almost out of bounds, but collects it. Over to Klossman. Richmond in the corner. Back to Fuller near the elbow. Fuller puts up a jumper just short. Ledbetter cleans it up, but Deckman knocks a transition pass out of bounds intended for Ezekiel. And New Haven.
Like Ian St. John's entering the game.
Yep. Good catch there. The freshman. It looks like number 24 is DeMarcus Wright, obviously. Their officials are consulting with him about something. Correction. They were looking at the wrong 24. They meant they wanted Berna. Didn't check in, looked like, which thought he did, but they make him walk over and check in, and then they impound it. So that really got a lot accomplished. Either way, we're back in action here as they throw it over to Ezekiel in the far corner, back up to Ledbetter, top of the key, and a three ball from Wright is long, and the Eagles get the rebound. Deckman cleans it up, back to Berna, and Richmond in the near corner. Passes back up to Deckman. Back to the corner to Richmond. Richmond holds, dribbles back up near the top of the key. Back to Fuller in the corner. Fuller to Deckman in the paint. Just misses off the glass. New Haven rebounds. Pull up three from Lawrence is offline. They have just not gotten any threes to fall tonight as Eagles moving in transition. St. John on the far side dribbles. Tries to lay it in with the left hand. Nifty move there. Just misses as it rims out, and Berna tries to clean up the rebound but knocks it out of bounds. New Haven takes over. Ledbetter's going to take it up. New Haven works into their motion and passing back and forth beyond the three-point line, looking for an open three as they find one in the far corner from Ezekiel, and it's good. 24-18, New Haven makes a dent in that Columbia City lead. St. John takes it up, and we have a timeout.
It's not what we needed. Didn't need threes, those corner threes. Ezekiel, really good three-point shooter.
Yeah, you called it.
Yeah, I mean, you leave him open in the corner like that, he's going to keep burying them. You know, now, you know, we went from 11, 12-point lead to, you know, 4-point lead.
Yep.
Oh, 6-point.
6, yep. Eagles take their first timeout. 30 seconds, 24-18. Eagles lead. 2:17 left in the second as we're closing out halftime here. at Armstrong Arena. And we'll play a few more underwriters here as we don't have long. But tonight's broadcast is sponsored by First Fleet. First Fleet operates dedicated trucking operations in Bluffton, Fort Wayne, Butler, and Three Rivers, Michigan. First Fleet hires industry-leading CDLA drivers for dedicated home nightly positions. First Fleet is proud to support the Eagles and Columbia City High School. First Fleet can be found at www.firstfleet.com. Back in action here from Armstrong Arena as Deckman checks it into Fuller as we're back underway. Hands off to Richmond. Richmond passes to Deckman. Deckman to Fuller on the far corner. Back to Richmond in the paint, which has worked well, but this 2-3 zone definitely impacting that as they made that adjustment. Fuller looks to drive. Spin move near the free throw line. Berna in the corner, throws it into the paint to Richmond. Richmond back out to the top of the key to Fuller. St. John had an open three for a second as Fuller hits a mid-range jumper from the far elbow. Good, 26-18 Eagles. 1:35 left to go. Good little possession there by the Eagles. Out of the timeout. Ezel for three again, just long, was online though, as Wright is able to keep it in bounds, but the Eagles take the ball as Fuller, dangerous pass there, intended for St. John, and it's cleaned up by Ledbetter. Ledbetter throws it over to Lawrence as Lawrence lays it in easily. 26-20, 1 minute remaining. Fuller to Berna, back to Fuller in the far corner. Fuller is fouled, driving in on the arm. Eberly checks back in, and Reyes checks back in. Deckman inbounds to Richmond, good. 28-20. Eagles lead as Richmond lays it in. 40 seconds remain. Ledbetter dribbles on the far side. Spin move into the paint. Dish to Wright is missed off the backboard. Easy bucket there. Opportunity missed for New Haven. Eagles take the ball, and it looks like they're going to hold for one shot as Fuller's near the logo.
Well, we got lucky that DeMarcus Wright blew that layup because it was wide open.
Yeah, great play by there, New Haven. There.
Yeah, it was great.
Deckman to Richmond in the corner. Richmond drives, back out to Deckman for three, misses short. Deckman tries to gather it, but New Haven misses a fourth court shot. Thrown up from Wright, and that's the end of the first half. The score, Columbia City 28, New Haven 20, as both teams head to the locker room. Definitely a tale of two quarters there as New Haven able to make a little dent in that Columbia City lead going into the half. Probably some mixed feelings there towards the end. Nonetheless, the Eagles have an 8-point lead going into halftime. As the band is playing, Brandon can probably not even hear a word I'm saying.
Buddy, I'm sorry. We got the band rocking.
Yeah, I got
These
you.
headphones aren't working.
It's a rough night. It's a rough night
I can't hear a thing.
We are literally in the band section. It is. For those of you listening, we're right there with the band. As we're at halftime here. And there we go.
All right.
Thoughts on the first half?
Yeah, I mean, the Eagles did a really good job moving the ball, especially against that man-to-man that New Haven was running. Once New Haven went to zone, which, we've kind of struggled with zone a little bit, that's when we want to, kind of move the ball and steal minutes off the clock. If they want to sit in the zone when they're down 12, hey, come out and guard us, right? Make them go man-to-man where we're beating them. I think just because a little bit of foul trouble is kind of why we went to zone a little bit to kind of protect some guys. Owen get 2 fouls that kind of hurt us, having him on the bench for the last 4 minutes of the half. But overall, I mean, Columbia City's ball movement's great. Their defense looks pretty good. They're not getting out hustled. They're not getting out toughed. New Haven on the other end, you know, their three ball's not falling right now, but the second half, I'm telling you, it can go. And if Ezekiel, if they let him sit in that corner, he will fire and he will make them. If he's anywhere on the wings, he struggles a little bit from the wings. Top of the key in corners, really good shooter. I'm really surprised that Jamal Lawrence was taking the majority of those threes in the first half, but I'm okay with that because that obviously helps our squad. But yeah, overall, really good half. I think the second half's what adjustments Coach Schaus makes and Coach Applegate makes is going to make this a real barn burner. It's going to come down to, you know, 1 or 2 possession game, I believe.
No doubt about it. Great thoughts there for Brandon on the first half of action here as we are at halftime. We just got a T-shirt shot in our direction. That was close. And Coach Warner over here is going to have some first half stats for us. We know Richmond lit up the stat board there, especially in the first quarter. But we'll get the stats here momentarily. Actually, we're holding tight on the stats, but we will get them to you at some point. While we're waiting, WJHS is brought to you by Morse's Builders Mart, located at 516 East Van Buren Street in Columbia City, with locations in Huntington, Wabash, Warsaw, and Goshen. Online at morsesbuildersmart.com, serving Northeast Indiana since 1871. WJHS is also brought to you in part by EduStaff. Schools in your local community are experiencing a shortage of substitute teachers in local classrooms. EduStaff is seeking candidates for employment with partnering schools. More information can be found at edustaff.org. That's edustaff.org. WJHS also brought to you in part by Moo Over Ice Cream. I know T-Bird loves that dangerous unicorn explosion. It's a strawberry shake topped with whipped cream, sprinkles, strawberries, Oreo cooking, and cone stuffing. So if you're in a diet, probably not the best idea, but nonetheless, Moo Over offers handmade desserts from scratch. Moo Over is a plant-based ice cream shop for those that have a dairy sensitivity or food allergies or are more healthy option. Moo Over offers a variety of family sundaes, soft-serve, gluten-free, nut-free, and sugar-free desserts with ice cream. Moo Over Ice Cream Shop, located in downtown Columbia City, and can be found online for location information and flavor updates. Today's programming is brought to you by Attorneys Myers, Hockemeyer, and McNagny, LLP, located across from the post office in Columbia City. They're online at 260-248-2224 and on the web at whitleylaw.com. Woo. This year's Columbia City Yearbook is being put together now. Collect memories for this keepsake. See yourself in a photo for a limited time order and get an early bird discount. Last year we ran out, so reach out to CCHS or the yearbook class. Order now. Also subscribe to WJHS Studios on YouTube. They live stream home games for all sorts of sports. You'll get to see the latest in games and student media projects. Search for WJHS Studios on YouTube and tap the subscribe button. That's all our reads. So we'll try to read those again at some point as Coach Warner working through the stats. Appreciate him keeping stats for us tonight. Appreciate Brandon being my color guy tonight. And also everyone back at the station keeping us on the air, helping us put this broadcast on tonight. Get some stats out to you momentarily from the first half of play. Maybe we'll get stats. We're working on it.
Waiting on it.
Yep.
You got update on Owen.
Yeah.
The top of his lip split pretty good, not on the inside, on the outside. So trainer Vanderstaal is trying to do whatever he can to try to keep that together. It's not staying together very well. So he's going to try some Vaseline. He's going to try anything he can do to get him back in the game. So that's the update on O.
Yes, thanks for the update there. Obviously, trainer Vanderstaal, best in the biz, doing all he can to get O back on the floor for the second half of play as the Eagles come back to the floor for shoot around. And the Bulldogs will momentarily. New Haven returns to the floor. Officials return to the floor. 2 minutes away from the third quarter of action here at Armstrong Arena in New Haven. Good first half of play for both sides. Definitely a competitive game as we thought as New Haven climbed back into the second as expected. Decently evenly matched opponents on the floor tonight as we had the first half stats. Thanks, Coach Warner, for taking those for us. So, as expected, Landon Richmond looks like leading the Eagles in scoring there as he was 5 for 7 from the field, it looks like. These are definitely different here, these stats. I'm trying to find where they're all located, so let me check real quick. 1 second. There we go. All right, got it up. So Richmond team leading 11 points. Fuller adds 4 points. Owen Marshall with 4 as well. So Richmond does the majority of the scoring. Berna did have 2 points as well for the Eagles. Eagles 10 for 22 from the field. 2 for 7 from 3. 5 for 7 from the charity stripe. Also rebounded the ball well. That quarter as well, that half, excuse me. For New Haven, looks like Lawrence leads them in scoring there as well. Let's find, there we go. 8 points for Jamal Lawrence, 2 points for DeMarcus Wright. Lavelle Ledbetter added 2. Ezekiel added 5 with that 3-point basket there as well. Baskerville with 1. And Darian Cryer also checked in from the bench, added 2 for a total of 20. 7 for 24 from the field, 1 for 10 from 3, as Brandon mentioned. Not a strong 3-point percentage there in the first half for New Haven. 5 of 6 from the charity stripe. And that will be our first half stats. The biggest lead for Columbia City, 14 points late in the first quarter. Obviously, New Haven hasn't had the lead yet as we're back in action here at Armstrong Arena. Fuller takes the ball across midcourt over to Owen on the wing. Tries to pass to the corner to Richmond and turns it over just out of the reach of Landon. New Haven takes the ball as Ledbetter checks it into Baskerville as he dribbles from left to right. Ledbetter to Ezekiel. Ezekiel kicks it over to Lawrence as Lawrence is fouled driving to his right. Who they call that on? They called that on Owen. That's his third, I think. And we have a 3-point basket from Baskerville in the near corner. Good. You called it. Don't leave him open in the corner. 28-23. Eagles take the ball. Everly holds near the volleyball line. Over to Fuller on the far wing. Fuller dribbles to his right. Hands off to Marshall. Marshall throws it over to Richmond, just short from 3. New Haven ball as it rolls out of bounds into the stands. New Haven takes over as Baskerville Passes across court to Ezekiel. Ezekiel back in the corner to Baskerville. Baskerville drives, tries to finish with the right hand, and is fouled. Richmond listed with the foul, and Baskerville is going to head to the line to shoot two. Couple fouls there for the Eagles early. Baskerville hits the first. And he drains the second as well. 28-25, Eagles lead, 6:58 left in the third quarter as they're back in their man press. As Eberle throws it to Owen, tips off his hand. Miscommunication there as he wasn't looking, and it's going to be New Haven ball. They've completely flipped the script here so far in the third. As intercepted by Deckman, tipped by Richmond. Fuller inside, finishes with the left hand. Good. 30-25 Eagles, 6:45 left. New Haven back moving fast. Baskerville takes it across. Calling out some offense, dribbles near the volleyball line. And timeout New Haven.
Well, if I coach Schaus, I'd just rip into them boys right now. That is a flat start to the second half and not something that we needed.
Right.
You know, sometimes you just need a little fire under you.
Yeah, I think you said it perfect at halftime.
Goes.
Yep, there it goes. Yeah. At halftime, you mentioned how we weren't out hustled, we weren't out tough. We were winning in that category. So, not been the case here to start. Sloppy, definitely to start, but nothing that can't be corrected here as Coach Schaus rallies the troops, sends them back out. Eagles still have the lead, but definitely not a great sequence of events there. And we're back underway. Baskerville collects the ball, passes over to the far wing to Ezekiel. Ezekiel to the corner, and a short three from Lawrence. Baskerville missed it short as Fuller collects it. Throws it across court to Eberle from three from the far wing. Misses long. And New Haven, run and gun. Lawrence pulls up near the top of the key. Pass is coming across over to Ezekiel. Ezekiel tries to throw it in with the left hand. No good. Ball rolls out of bounds as the Eagles tip it out of bounds after the miss. Ezekiel in the corner for two, just in front of the three-point line, was long. No good. You're right. That's a sweet spot they try to get him to, is that far corner or short corner.
Calling second half a little tight.
Yeah.
Which is good.
Yeah, definitely. Fuller carries the ball over to Marshall. Marshall dribbling near the top of the key. Pulls back over to Fuller on the far wing. Eberle at the top. Over to Deckman. Richmond. And back to Marshall at the top. And a...
Yeah, 34 was Holden Landon right there.
Okay, yeah, I didn't see it.
Which surprised me that the official under the rim didn't call it, but he's talking to him.
Uh-huh. Hold on New Haven. Marshall looks to the corner to Deckman. Throws it short to Richmond. Fuller in the near corner. Dribbles out, spins near the close wing. Richmond to Eberle. Eberle dribbles up near the volleyball line. Across court to Fuller. Into the wing to Deckman. At the elbow to Richmond. And Eberle looks to shoot a three. Decides not to. Three from Owen in the close corner. Good. Don't leave him open. 33-25. Makes them pay. 4:54 left in the quarter. As now the Eagles have picked up the intensity. Fuller strips it away and lays it in with the left. Oh, just misses. I thought that ball was halfway in for a minute there.
About redunked that thing.
Nonetheless, ball rolls out of bounds despite Owen's effort. And Baskerville brings it up, throws it over to Ezekiel. Ezekiel dribbles up near the top of the key into the corner to Baskerville. Throws up a lob pass in the paint to Lawrence. Lawrence looks, spins, finishes with the left hand. Good. 33-27, 4:17 left in the third. Fuller dribbles up the middle of the floor, gets it across court to Richmond at the close wing. Over to Marshall. Marshall just misses with the right hand, but the possession arrow stays the Eagles.
Boy, Owen drove the middle, tried to catch a body there, and just missed the lay-in.
Yep. Marshall inbounds to Fuller, near side. Fuller drives, somehow doesn't step out of bounds, but does turn it over as the ball squirts on an attempted pass to Richmond into the Eagles bench. New Haven ball. Baskerville takes it across the midline. And they look to set up Kreischer in the corner. Kreischer back up over to Ledbetter. Ledbetter to Kreischer. Kreischer throws it into Lawrence. Lawrence drives and finishes past Deckman.
Right, get a timeout and figure that out.
Yeah, 33-29, 3:31 to go. Fuller's been able to beat the press all night. Gets through it. Over to Eberly on the far wing. Doesn't look to shoot. Keeps his pivot, and Richmond throws it into Marshall in the paint. Tipped away by Lawrence. Eagles maintain possession. Owen to Richmond. And Landon. Nice lay in there. 35-29. Baskerville dribbling. Passes to the corner to Ezekiel. Set it up perfectly, and Ezekiel drains it. Cross-court pass. Drew it up perfect. Yet again, you called it. 35-32, 2:43 left. He loves that far corner. Fuller almost gets it stripped away. Passes to Deckman in the close corner, just offline. New Haven rebounds. Baskerville moving fast. Dribbles in, finishes with the right hand and one. As Baskerville looks to tie it up. Little run by New Haven here.
Change of events here.
Indeed, as Baskerville finishes off the three-point play. As CC burns another timeout there, rightfully so. Coach Schaus none too pleased. It's to rally the troops here. Full timeout taken by the Eagles. More Underwriters is WJHS is brought to you in part by the Multi-County Medical Outreach Clinic, now open in Columbia City. It's a free clinic. They offer physical exams, health screenings, pap smears, chronic illness management, and more, serving the general public, uninsured and underinsured too. The Multi-County Medical Outreach Clinic at 8085 West Connection Way, 260-564-1946. Tonight's broadcast is sponsored by First Fleet. First Fleet operates dedicated trucking operations in Bluffton, Fort Wayne, Butler, and Three Rivers, Michigan. First Fleet hires industry-leading CDLA drivers for dedicated home nightly positions. First Fleet is proud to support the Eagles and Columbia City High School. First Fleet can be found at www.firstfleetinc.com. WJHS brought to you in part by Morse's Builders Mart, located at 516 East Van Buren Street in Columbia City, with locations in Huntington, Wabash, Warsaw, and Goshen, and online at morsesbuildersmart.com. Serving Northeast Indiana since 1871. Back underway here as Eagles have the ball. Marshall is going to inbound to Fuller. Fuller turns it up court on the near side. Back to Deckman, top of the key. Back to Marshall on the far side. Marshall sets up the offense. Over to Richmond. Over to Clausen, who checked into the game at the timeout. And Fuller collects it. Over to Clausen in the corner. Clausen dribbles out. Dribbles near the free throw line. Gets knocked over a little bit. Marshall saves the ball on the floor, rolling around. And it's just a scrum as Deckman tips the ball away from Wright. Berna checks in. 35 all, 2 minutes left in the third. Lob pass from Lawrence to Izell near the midcourt line. And he hands to Baskerville. Baskerville dribbles to his left, back to the close near side to Izell. Izell dribble drive and throws it over the corner, but gets fouled early. Looked like a travel. New Haven's coach none too pleased. What they call there? They call anything there? They call travel? I didn't see the signal. Richmond to Deckman in the near corner. Richmond tripped up. And they're going to call blocking foul. Like Richmond shaking up on the play, hit his head on the floor. New Haven fans complaining. Eagles keep the ball, 1:31 left in the third. Zell checks back in. And Berna hands off to Deckman. Deckman to Richmond. Richmond in the paint to Berna. Berna pivots and lays it in. Good. 37-35. 1:20 remains. As Izell on the far side looks to drive. Dribbles towards the far end. Loses the ball. Deckman collects it. And Fuller's going to take it back up. Fuller gets it stripped away. And Lawrence finishes with the slam. 37 all. 1 minute remains. Richmond dribbling near the New Haven logo. Richmond to Eberly. Eberly into Richmond at the close elbow. And they're going to call foul on Lawrence. Ledbetter and Marshall check back in. 45 seconds to go. Eagle ball. Marshall set to inbound. On the near side to Fuller. Back up to the wing to Berna. Over to Richmond. Back to Berna. Looks to Fuller in the paint. Decides to dribble near the logo. Over to Fuller. Fuller collects himself. Fakes to his left. Goes to his left. Dribbles back. Pass to Eberly at the close wing. Richmond, nice move there. Nifty move. Lays it in with the right hand. Spun right around the New Haven defender. 39-37. Eagles lead, as that lead doesn't last long. 12 seconds left. New Haven in transition. Quick moving. 39-39. Richmond on the foul as well. Baskerville at the charity stripe to finish off three-point play. Not good for the Eagles there. He misses long. Berna collects it. Got to move fast. Owen has the ball. Checks the clock. Up near the free throw line. Hands off to Fuller. Fuller over to the wing to Richmond. Richmond in the paint to Fuller. Good. And one. (41-39) Eagles. 2 seconds. Great clock management there by Marshall coming across. Timed it just right as Fuller's trying to finish it off here.
Man, that was awesome.
Yeah. Couldn't play that anymore. Perfect.
No. Great job by Stratton. Coach Schaus protecting Landon and Owen on the bench there.
Yep.
Converts that. Let's go,
Yep.
baby.
42-39. New Haven didn't have a good sense of the clock. Chuck up a three-quarter shot with a football throw, and no good. 42-39 heading into the fourth. Great finish to the quarter. Great momentum here. And a tight game, just as we expected.
Yeah, I told you this is going to come down to a 1-2 possession game, and just it's a game of runs right now in the second half. So who can withstand it? That's going to be the name of this fourth quarter here.
Right. No doubt about it. As both teams meet in between quarters, and WJHS is brought to you in part by EduStaff. Schools in your local community are experiencing a shortage of substitute teachers in local classrooms. EduStaff seeking candidates for employment within partnering schools. More information can be found at edustaff.org. That's edustaff.org. WJHS also brought to you in part by Moo Over Ice Cream. The dangerous unicorn explosion is the strawberry shake with whipped cream, sprinkles, strawberries, Oreo cookie cone stuffing. Moo Over offers handmade desserts from scratch. Moo Over is a plant-based ice cream shop for those who have dairy-sensitive food allergies or are more healthy. Moo Over offers a variety of family sundaes, soft serve, and gluten-free, nut-free, and sugar desserts that pair with ice cream.
Wow. Here we go, man. We're getting ready for this fourth quarter. Something really cool about Coach Schaus, and I've noticed this over several games, is, when times are tough, he kind of lets his players play through that stuff and
let your stars play.
Yeah, it's really great job.
I appreciate that as well, as a nice block there from Berna on the far end. And Marshall being badgered by the New Haven defense, throws it into Berna. Berna going to finish. Goes up and gets fouled. Great fake there by Berna, draws a foul.
Oh, and he got teed up.
And a technical.
Jamal Lawrence teed up for talking smack on a block that was a foul.
Yep.
That's what I'm talking about, the undisciplined of the young New Haven team. They've been so undisciplined for so many years, and Applegate's doing a really good job at getting that back. But they're still just a little bit there. A couple years, Brandon will have it squared away.
Yeah, for sure. Technical foul on Lawrence, correct?
Jamal Lawrence had the technical foul and the common foul.
Right, so they're trying to sort that out right now.
It'll be interesting. I would assume, Caden's got to shoot his too, and then I would assume Coach Schaus is probably going to have Owen shoot the technicals.
It looked like because Owen was at the line. When you see a technical, you kind of forget about the common foul. So
right after, it's just it's pretty childish, really. It's fine if it's a block, but it was a hard foul too, and then to stand over him and talk.
Right.
It's just
that's an easy call for the officials.
Got to have some kind of class to you, a little bit of sportsmanship.
Yeah. Right, especially on a foul. Berna misses the first long. Shooting for the common foul here, as Brandon mentioned. About 10 police officers watching. What in the world? That's strange. Okay. Berna hits the second, 43-39. Owen's going to shoot the tees, as Brandon predicted. Hits the first. 44-39. Hits the second as well. 45-39 Eagles, 7:42 left. Marshall makes them pay.
It's going to be interesting here to see how New Haven responds. Remember earlier on I said, you know, if we get in their heads, they're going to beat themselves. So let's see what happens here.
Eberly into Marshall, back underway. Marshall between the legs, to his right, over to Fuller. Fuller uses pivot foot to Berna at the top of the key. Berna looks to pass, hands off to Marshall. Close wing, Eberly, top of the key. Over to Fuller, far wing. Oh, dangerous pass, almost connects with Owen. But it's
the right
out of bounds.
A little hard and a little outside there.
Just missed him.
Just missed the corner of the plate, JD.
That's right, just a bit outside. Baseball season coming up, so the weather starts to turn here as Berna exits and Deckman back in. And Ledbetter brings it up for the Bulldogs. Check that, hands off to Ezekiel. Ezekiel running the one, guarded by Marshall. Ezekiel to the corner three, no good. Deckman collects the rebound and keeps it in bounds, barely near the New Haven bench to Eberly. Eberly to Richmond, to Fuller, onto the close wing to Marshall. Marshall into the paint to Richmond. Richmond dribbles out. Fuller drives. Nice pass there to Eberly. Eberly thinks about it, decides not to shoot. Deckman looks to shoot as well. Good pass to Marshall. Good. Great sequence there from the Eagles, 47-39. Fuller with a reach.
Get a little bit of his hand, probably.
Ticky-tack. As you mentioned, they are calling it close in this second half. Stayed pretty consistent to that for the most part. New Haven moves the ball around the arc. And Baskerville at the top of the key. Ezekiel dribbles behind his back, between his legs. Looks nice feed there to Ledbetter, and Ledbetter's fouled in the paint. Shooting foul, Ledbetter to the line. Deckman on the foul. Deckman not very happy with the call. Gets an explanation from the official. And the first is missed. Might not be the highest shooting free throw shooting. Maybe not a bad foul.
No, yeah. That's why I always say they miss a good foul, right?
Yeah, it worked out. Ledbetter hits the second. 7-point lead for the Eagles. 47-40, 6:05 left. Marshall spins, picks up his dribble, timeout by Coach Schaus. You don't take him to the next game, so might as well use him if you're in a situation you feel like you need it.
Yeah.
Just didn't look right there.
No, I mean, Owen's just a man-to-man there.
Yeah.
They're going to try to trap the sidelines, and, the guys, just got to kind of cut those lanes, get to the middle to get open, and wasn't a lot of movement right there.
Yeah. Thirty-second timeout by the Eagles. First buzzer sounds. Team's about ready to get back in action here at Armstrong Arena, New Haven High School. Big-time NE8 matchup tonight. Big game for both teams. 7-point lead for the Eagles, but definitely coming down to the wire here. Deckman inbounds close to Eberly. We're back underway. As once again, Marshall to the middle, able to beat the press. And Fuller's going to go up and lay it in. Very nice. 49-40. He step out of bounds. Did he step out of bounds there?
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Right out.
Eagle ball. New Haven steps out. Closing in. Deckman inbounds to Everly. Everly badgered by the New Haven defense. Dangerous pass there, tipped by New Haven. Columbia City keeps possession. Coach Schaus instructing the team, and Deckman gets it. Everly looks at the pass, dribbles to his right, picks up his dribble, back to Fuller on the close wing. Fuller looks to drive, kicks it to the corner to Deckman. Deckman dribbles it up towards the top to Marshall. Marshall, screen from Richmond, back to the corner, far corner to Everly, back to Marshall. Chewing some clock here. Fuller dribbles to his right, spin move near the free throw line. Nice dish to Deckman, finishes with the right hand, good.
Let's go, man. These fans got to get busy here. This is a big one.
51-40, 4:48 left to go in the game. Baskerville for three, short, might have been tipped by Deckman. Fuller snags the rebound, up court on the near side to Everly. Everly dribbling some clock off with 11-point lead, smacked out of bounds by Dalen Jackson, who checked in, number 5 for New Haven. And Wright comes back into the game.
Number 5
to get him.
Talking to Everly there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's an 11-point game, man. Better be careful.
That's the thing. You gotta, when you're gonna talk trash, you gotta be up or not on a foul or something.
Yeah.
There's a time and a place. Anyhow, Marshall inbounds to Richmond. Richmond hands off to Marshall, over to Deckman. Deckman to Everly.
Owens being face guarded.
Yep.
There we go, Landon.
Landon works his way into the paint again, looks to dribble it back out, passes around to Everly. Top of the key to Fuller. Fuller looks to drive. Nice kick to the far corner to Deckman. Deckman doesn't shoot. Back to Marshall at the top. Tight defense here as they're trying to force something. Dangerous pass from Everly. Sneaks it into Marshall, and a foul on New Haven. Baskerville clips Marshall. Marshall inbounds. Richmond fakes a handoff to Marshall, drives. Nice Euro step, just short of the rim. Oh, that would have been a great finish. Great move as New Haven moving quick in transition. Ledbetter nails a three from the far wing. Timeout. New Haven? New Haven timeout?
Yeah, it's a New Haven
set up a press
there.
51-43, 3:44 left. Sorry, I always forget you can't hear.
No, you're fine. Yeah, I'll tell you what, right there, they had a 2-on-1. Right, Owen was the only defender, and Ledbetter to shoot that three right there. Wow, that is a big-time shot. It's one of those shots that's only good if it goes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
You got a numbers game and fired that three, but he drained it.
Yeah, when you're on an odd man rush, right? It's risky to take the three, but you know it's open. But you could take the two, just be content with that. In a game like this, now down 7 or 8, they're trying to get points.
You're giving up a high percentage shot for a low percentage shot, but hey, kudos to him, man. He hit it.
Yep. Definitely a clutch shot, but the Eagles maintain the lead. 3:44 left, 51-43. Columbia City leads this one late. Full timeout by the Bulldogs. Imagine they're going to set up one of their man presses and try and force the issue here. You can't. I'll never remember that. We're just used to talking to you. We got to get this thing fixed.
Yeah. Yeah, we got to get this thing fixed.
When the band's playing, Coach Marshall can't hear me at all, and I'm just talking to myself. Not his fault, but as Deckman throws a perfect dime to Fuller. Fuller tries to lay it in from his back. No good. The former quarterback hits the wide receiver and just misses. Oh, my gosh. What a play drawn up. Just couldn't get it to go. It just slipped. As New Haven ball now, Ledbetter passes it off on the far wing to Baskerville. Baskerville dribbles it to the far corner.
Everly.
Yep.
Oh, called him out of bounds. So
oh, okay. I thought he was going to call the
one or the other.
Yeah. Eagle ball. Late in this one, 3:18 to go. 8-point lead for CC. Deckman wide open. Hands off to Richmond. Back to Deckman. Deckman picks up his dribble. Pivots around. Back to Marshall by the Bulldog logo. Being badgered by Ezekiel. Fuller at the top. Shoots some clock off. Holds the ball as long as he can. Dribbles to his left. Back out. Tight defense. Richmond gets it knocked away, and a foul. Reach.
I'll tell you what.
Yep, go ahead.
If you could see this game at home, you could see that Coach Schaus has this figured out. So as the ball swings to the guards and they come to trap, that leaves backside open, so we quickly dump it before the trap gets there. That way Richmond can look opposite. It's a wide open layup. I'm excited for the next half-court series.
Fuller collects the ball far wing, dribbles over towards the top, picks up his dribble. Eberly gets the ball stolen away by Baskerville, and Baskerville steps out again. Frustrated. Not keeping much composure, as you mentioned.
Fisher's got a good look at it.
Yeah.
He's right there. So.
Yep. So you can't blame anyone there. Just stepped out as Eagles take the ball. Deckman looks to Marshall, running a fade route almost, and a foul. A lot of complaining going on as he picks up another Reyes. 2 fouls in about 2 seconds. Not even 2 seconds. No time ran off.
It's amazing to me that they're complaining about those calls. They're blatant fouls.
Yeah.
You know, blatant fouls.
That's the 5th of the quarter for New Haven. Second time they've reached the, what do you even call it now, bonus? It's a different kind of bonus as we shoot 2 now. And Eberly misses the first long. 51-43, 2:40 to go. New Haven still has life despite a series of fouls and turnovers there. Eberly hits the second, 52-43, 2:40 to go. Ledbetter takes it up. Tries to dribble past Richmond, spins and lays it in. Oh, just misses. Check that. Richmond fouls. 2 shots, Ledbetter.
Landon's 4th. 2 minutes, 30 seconds. We definitely don't need him to pick up that last one. We're going to need him at least down to the last minute, I would say.
Yeah.
Good foul, Landon.
Yep, good foul there because Ledbetter once again misses. Almost rolled in. Didn't get a very friendly roll there. And the first attempt, no good. Not a strong showing from the charity stripe tonight from the Bulldogs. Second good, 52-44, 2:32 to go. Eberly checks it in to Fuller. Fuller back to Eberly on the near side. Over to the far side to Fuller, working through the press. Nice pass to Eberly. Eberly spins, looks back to Marshall in the middle.
Away from that half-court line,
Yep, and Marshall fouled, block by Zell.
It's a foul, man.
Yeah, not happy about the call, but it's a block, and it sends him to the line. At this point, just shoot free throws every time they foul. So we're not complaining. Marshall obviously money from the line, hits the first. Had the technical free throws earlier. Ten-point lead. Marshall drains the second. 2:16 to go. New Haven moving fast. Ezekiel back up to Ledbetter. Ledbetter dribbles to his right, passes to Ezekiel, and Ezekiel with the and one. 54-46. 2:08. Ezekiel at the stripe. Once again, trying to finish off the three-point play. Ezekiel misses. Richmond snags it. Big miss there. Fuller being trapped up to Deckman across the midcourt line, and Deckman to Eberly to Fuller. Nice pass to Richmond. Good. 10-point lead again. 56-46. 1:49 left.
No foul.
Yeah, don't foul. And he fouled. Fuller.
Sorry, what I was doing and on about was the kid drove.
Yeah.
Stratton jumped. We didn't
Don't
need that foul there.
Yeah, right. Yep, because that's the fifth.
Yep.
So he's going to shoot. Well, it's a shooting foul
Yeah,
but that's the fifth.
Yeah, it puts them bonus from here on out.
Yep.
Both teams.
Yep.
Ooh.
The
New
free
Haven's
throw
just
percentage in the
struggling from the
second
line.
half. Yeah, they were decent in the first half. I remember the
struggling.
stats. So these fouls that they have not capitalized. As Baskerville missed the first. And hits the second. 9-point lead, 47-56. 1:46 to go. Eagles will be badgered by the press again. Fuller, nice pass to Richmond, beats the press. And they're
In. Marshall being face guarded.
And Deckman wide
backside.
open feed. Good. Perfect feed by the Eagles. Just like you draw it up. You talked about that backside with the coach house, how he sets it up when they trap.
Yeah, coach was just licking his chops.
Yep. Oh, Baskerville hits a three on the far wing to bring them within 8. 1:09 to go. Gives them a little life. And nice feed from Fuller to Deckman again.
It's all day.
Thing. 60-50. If New Haven can't stop that, the threes won't matter. As Ezekiel drives in, misses twice, and fouled by Deckman as he's going to go to the stripe.
Yeah, Coach Schaus has got to just be licking his chops if they're just staying in that trapping press.
Right.
I mean, it's 1, 2, backside, layup.
Ezekiel hits the first, 60-51, 50 seconds left. Oh, close, but he gets it. Makes them both 60-52. 50 seconds remaining in the ball game. Eberly into the middle to Deckman, back to Eberly. Eberly takes it near the far sideline, back to Fuller in the middle. Fuller dribbles to his left and gets fouled intentionally, as they have to at this point start to foul and send the Eagles to the line to try to extend the game. Braden will shoot 2 and could just about ice this thing if he hits these.
Yeah,
and get the lead back to 10.
Pretty much seal the deal.
Yep. Hits the first. Consistent from the line. Eagles been good from the stripe tonight. As we have some fans behind us. Thanks for checking in. And he hits the second. Timeout.
Here we go. Sure, we'll probably
Set
apply
up pressure.
little pressure here. Then, if they do score, probably going to try to look to.
Do not foul.
Yeah, we're not going to foul,
Yeah.
but if they do score, we're going to try to get the ball probably to Owen.
Yeah.
They have to foul. So
Right. So if they drive in and don't foul them, let them take the free layup if you want.
We have three guys, right?
Yeah.
Like Stratton, Owen, Josh. Any of those three, that we get the ball into that they're going to foul.
Yep. This is huge to finish this one off. I mean, you talked about a pregame, but this is big. The Eagles have played a very complete game tonight with New Haven. Did have some runs, but to settle back in there and just, like you said, the offense that he had set up and the timing of the timeouts and just everything has kind of worked right tonight for the Eagles.
Yeah, it's been an exciting one, that's for sure. Yep, here comes a little pressure here.
Yep.
Probably a zone, I would assume, maybe a 1-2-2.
Make them take some time bringing it up, take some more time off as well.
Just a containment press, not trying to get steals, not trying to get tips.
Right. They'll try and conserve as much time as possible as New Haven rolls it in. Ledbetter on the near side, dribbles up.
Travel.
And
they call it.
They call a foul. What they call?
Or they call foul or travel?
They call the foul on Deckman.
Oh, no, they call a foul on Stratton?
Oh, Stratton. Sorry. I was going to say Deckman was just standing there. He ran into Deckman, and he calls a foul on Stratton for a reach, I guess, or I didn't see it. But Ledbetter goes to the line, hits the first. Thanks, Mark Z. Appreciate that. And he misses intentionally there, but doesn't hit the rim as it just hits the net. And 62-53, 35 seconds left. Eagles have the ball. Eberly into Fuller. Coach Schaus burns a timeout there as the Eagles were trying to get the ball in. Full timeout. Dot the I's, cross the T's. Make sure you have everything set up here to finish this one off and head home with your fourth conference win of the season. 9th win total. Like Brandon mentioned, Coach Schaus going for his 100th win tonight. Certainly quite an accomplishment. And the Eagles just have to finish this one off, up 9. With under 40 seconds remaining in this one. Both teams in the bonus. So New Haven's going to have to foul on the inbound or go for a steal. Obviously, they're going to press.
I kind of look, maybe Coach Schaus uses Owen for a decoy, maybe opposite side, send Stratton to the basketball.
Try and get somebody open.
Yeah, let's see what happens here.
Interesting setup here. Yep, they use Owen as the decoy. Marsh knows what he's talking about. There goes Stratton into Stratton. You know Coach Schaus like the back of your hand is now looks like they're not going to foul.
They're not going to foul.
And they do foul as last-ditch effort here, down 9. Send Stratton back to the line to ice this one. And send Coach Schaus home with his 100th career win.
Yeah,
just awesome,
win.
man.
How about
just
that?
Awesome.
What a great night.
And what a great way to get it.
Yeah, I mean, control first place at NE8 and then get your 100th win at New Haven. That's tough, man.
Yeah, definitely. As Fuller hits the first 10-point lead yet again for the Maroon and Gold. And hits the second. New Haven rolls the ball out, conserve as much time as possible. Eagles can tend to let them drive in if they want, and they do. And Ledbetter just rims out, collects his own rebound, lays it in. Only 15 seconds remain, though. It's a moot point as Eberly checks it into Marshall. Marshall badgered and fouled. But this one's over.
That's ball game.
Marshall will shoot.
Regardless what happens here, whether Owen makes them or misses
Yep.
them, it's ball game.
That's right. Great night for the Eagles as they're going to take this big-time NE8 matchup and head back to C-City with a W.
Ooh. Rare miss.
If you're ever going to miss one, now would be the time. And that's going to just about do it here. 65-55. New Haven puts it in. Inch a little closer, but that's the ball game. Columbia City 65, New Haven 57. 4-1, NE8. Eagles take sole possession of the NE8 conference. Coach Schaus, 100th career win. Congratulations, Coach. Great night for the Eagles overall. As the band is blaring.
Yeah, they're blaring, baby.
Marshall's, I didn't hear a word you just said, but Eagles win. Great game all the way around. Both teams shake them up. Once again, final score 65-57, Columbia City. A little celebration there as they run off the court. Big one for Matt. Congrats again to him. Big time conference win.
Yeah, it's fun too. You know, Owen and Landon, their AAU teammates play for New Haven, so
Right.
we got a few over there, and it's always nice to see that battle against one another, and you know the sportsmanship afterwards. You know, giving each other hugs, and you know a lot of respect as far as you know players between one another.
Definitely.
You know that's always good to see. You know, got a little chippy there.
Yeah.
In the fourth quarter,
It did.
and it's nice to see him come back at the end there and give hugs and congrats and all that good stuff.
Yep. Definitely competitive between the lines, but after shake them up, and yeah, it's always cool to compete against people that you know and catch up with them and whatnot. So no doubt about that. Two talented teams win at it tonight, and the Eagles come out on top.
Well, when Coach Schaus does come up to talk, probably have to give him your headset. You'll probably have to take this one.
He's gonna have to hear,
just so he can hear.
Good call.
You know what I mean?
He needs to come up tonight. We definitely.
Or just switch those.
But we could do that.
Yeah.
That's a good call. That's a good call. So yep, I see what you're saying. He needs this good hookup right here.
Yeah.
And I'll take the bad one.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily need to hear what he says.
Yeah.
But he needs to hear what I say.
Yeah,
I gotcha. Right. It's not easy doing this, as Brandon can attest to, because half the game they were playing, and which is fine.
I think better location might have been a little bit better, but
we could have went up in the batting cages.
Yeah,
we could have just sat up there. I didn't even think about it. We can just go where we want.
Band, I mean, they're great.
Yeah,
they sound awesome.
Yeah,
but
I can hardly hear myself talk, let alone I can't imagine what you were hearing. I'd look over and I'd be like, "Hey, what was that foul?" You're just like, I'm like, "Oh, you can't hear me." Should have just texted you. Hey, you see that? I didn't get a number on that one. So awesome night for the Eagles. Awesome night for Coach Schaus. Young coach, but to win 100 at that age definitely shows.
Yeah, man.
Goes to show how much success he's had at both Jimtown and Columbia City.
Yes, absolutely. JD, I'm going to take this headset off.
Hey,
I don't want it to be too sweaty when Schaus.
Yeah, that's right. You want to switch these over now?
We can try
Thank you, yep. Okay.
There.
I still can't hear anything.
Okay.
That's okay though.
Yeah, I can.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Perfect. That's what we want.
Yeah, exactly.
This is really weird. I see how this was tough.
Yeah.
This is really weird. Okay. He can hear me. I can't hear him, but we'll definitely get an interview with the head ball coach tonight. Thanks for joining us, Matt. Appreciate it, man.
They fired T-Bird or what's
They did for the night, at least. He's out tonight, so I get the privilege of getting to interview you on number 100. So first and foremost, congrats, man. Win number 100's awesome. So how's it feel being able to come in and beat the New Haven Bulldogs and take sole possession of the NA conference and get your 100th win at the same time?
Yeah, 100's cool. It doesn't feel like that. You know, I feel like I've had more sleepless nights from games not going the right way. But
right.
Again, it's just I've had a lot of good players. I've had a lot of good families that have supported Jimtown community, Columbia City community. It's just been awesome. So, but to come in here tonight against a team that you know it's going to be scrappy, it's going to go all the way to the wire. They're going to be trapping and running, and like, could we take care of the ball enough? Could we get, find layups if they were trapping us, and could we make free throws? And we did that. So, but our defensive effort was phenomenal. Again, especially there towards the end, they're just putting their head down and trying to bully us over. And I thought we did a nice job of recovering and making things tough for them, as tough as we could at least.
Coach Marshall was talking about some backside opportunities there. Can you take us through that? When you just touched on a little bit when they started to trap, obviously some backside opportunities clearing up, and Landon Richmond in the.
Really, we didn't run offense the entire fourth quarter.
Yeah.
It felt like we just kind of had Landon there in the middle, or somebody flashing middle, and then as they were trapping, and that backside guy can go sneak in there for layup. That's what Trey Deckman was the receiver of that a couple of times. So again, we just took care of the ball enough, and I think there's been a couple of games in the past where we haven't done that. We've had situations where pretty similar and trap us, it'd turn over to layups, and then they'd extend the lead. Where tonight we took care of it enough. We found layups, we found free throw opportunities, and got enough stops to win.
Right. Obviously, just a great game all the way around tonight. Not to look ahead too much, but obviously a rescheduled game with Homestead coming up.
Yeah.
Obviously another tough one. So tonight we'll have to start on Homestead soon. So what do you expect to see from them, and how to keep this momentum from tonight's big NE8 win going forward?
First, we kind of changed our schedule up this year. Typically, it's pretty heavy in December and in January, not so much in February. We kind of had a football schedule the past couple of years with just playing one time a week. And, we've got 8 more games in February. So we'll be playing a lot. We play good teams. We got, obviously, Homestead, Norwell and Leo. We added South Bend Riley, Northridge, and these are top teams in the state of Indiana at 4A. So just to help us get prepared for come March 1st. That's kind of been our goal. Is obviously we want to get better each basketball by the time we go up to Northwood there in March.
Definitely, yeah. I was talking to Brandon about that as well. It's like we got a lot of games left on the schedule.
Yep.
A packed February and some big time home games coming up. So make sure you come out and support this team. Great win tonight at New Haven. So just yet again, congrats on number 100, man. Appreciate you coming up and joining us, and congrats on the big win tonight.
Yep. Thank you, Coach Daly.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Thanks to Coach Schaus for joining us tonight for the interview after the game. Big win for him and the Eagles. Once again, telling you the final score is the Eagles are able to take down the New Haven Bulldogs 65-57 at Armstrong Arena here in New Haven. Just great all-around effort from the Eagles, and just want to congratulate Coach Staff, Coach Schaus and company on the big win tonight yet again. So that'll about wrap up the broadcast as we everyone starts to file out of here of Armstrong Arena. Once again, telling you the final score of tonight's ball game: Columbia City 65. Just thanks to everybody who makes this broadcast possible back at the station, to WJHS for putting this whole thing on, to T-Bird for letting Brandon and I put this on tonight, Wyatt Warner on stats, and just great night here at Armstrong Arena like we mentioned. So thanks to everybody involved with the broadcast. Big win for the Eagles, and we will see you on Wednesday night as Homestead rolls into town at Columbia City. So that'll be a big one. Make sure you tune into that. Thanks for listening, everyone, and we will see you for the game. Spartans. Take care, and good night, everyone.